Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. You know, we've been talking a lot here about the Canon 90D. A lot of people are looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be the successor, or at least that's what we think it'll be called, to the Canon 80D, which has been a very, very popular, very promising camera. It's a lot of people have done a lot of good work with it. It's been a great vlogging camera. Famous people like Casey Neistat have used it, and we're expecting a 90D soon because the 80D is getting a little long in the tooth. Canon Rumors is saying, I found the article, the EOS 80D replacement to be a big leap forward. Now you read that heading and you're like, what do they know? What's going on? So what they said was they're hearing very little about new DSLRs from Canon outside of a few mentions about the replacement for the EOS 80D, which would tend to lead us to think that there is going to be a DSLR replacement for the 80D and not just a mirrorless replacement. We're told that the next version of the camera will be a big leap forward for the line. With product cycles being longer, Canon is apparently aware that future-proofing cameras will become an important part of their sales strategy. They also point out here that the 80D was announced 855 days ago at the time of this post. So 855 days, there's 360, that's like over 2 years, 2.5 years old. It's getting old in the tooth. It says the same source also claims there's a possibility the 80D replacement will not be called the 90D, which, as they say, would seem odd if true. And I would agree with that. They've stayed with that. I mean, 20D, 30D, 40D, 50D, 60D, 70D, 80D. I would expect there to be a 90D. It would be strange if there wasn't. It says here, it sounds like a lot of marketing presentation information is at play here, although it's all very vague. However, it does line up with some of the changes internally at Canon that we've heard about. And then they do say there's no mention of when it will be announced. So this is interesting because we have heard that Canon is focusing on video capabilities for the future cameras that are coming out. They're aware of that. It's also interesting because that falls in line with the fact of knowing that they need to future-proof things. Canon's been very, what is the word to be polite? They've stripped down features on cameras, and they have not really had any concern with future-proofing. They've kind of rested on their laurels, happy to see that their sales are high, and not really concerned with how far into the future that camera that they're going to sell you today is going to be good for. Case in point, the 80D, it could have had 4K. That would have been a good time to introduce a 4K. I think what this means is we are going to see a better than 80D video camera, probably some improvements to dual pixel AF, definitely 4K, probably some better 4K options than what was in the M50. Will we see a new 30 megapixel sensor? We know Sony's coming out with a 31 APS-C. Very likely then that there could be a 30 in the 80D. They could be packing this out, not in the 80D, in the 90D, the successor to the 80D. They could be packing this full. That would be what I hope they're doing. If they're going to future-proof it, they want to be competitive on video, that's what they're going to need to do. They're going to need to give us 4K, a better 4K than the M50, less of a crop. They're going to need to give us some decent codecs. Be great if they could give us that 30 megapixel APS-C sensor. Some advances on dual pixel AF, and AF in general is always welcome, and just better overall image quality, not just extra resolution, but better overall. I think we have the tech to do all of this, and I think it'll be exciting if that is indeed what we're going to see of a 90D. What do you guys think? Have I nailed the points that you think we need in a 90D for it to be successful? What it might be? Do you guys, is there something else you want to see in the 90D that I haven't mentioned? Do you think we are going to see a 90D? Do you think it's going to be called a 90D? I find it very strange that they would change the naming at this point. I think it's familiar to customers. It's a good selling camera. I think there's no reason to do that. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Let's discuss it. The 90D, we still have no idea when it's coming. I suspect we'll probably see it announced before the end of the year, though. That's my thought on that. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on this. If you're waiting for it, if you're looking forward to it, if you have already moved on, if you're shooting Sony, let's talk about it. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon here.